What up? It's Mind Bandit Supreme, Malcolm Lovejoy. Hi. Toronto love maker, thinker, poet, activist, human, person, porn star. Yeah, so I wanted to drop a few words on this new development today. I see that Alyssa Milano has proposed a sex strike. And first off, there has to be political and social resistance against the state of Georgia because her reasoning is logical. I mean, the thing to fight is logical. What she's speaking out to fight against is logical, which is good because most celebrities spend their days just counting their money and don't do shit and aren't actually in the narrative of what regular people in the world are dealing with. And celebrities usually just live in their mansions and have their families and just have an entirely different set of values than the average Joe and Jane and whatever. So I really have to question her logic in a lot of these things, and a lot of the people that think that a sex strike is the right way to fight back against the abortion laws in Georgia, because there's so many people who have said it in really intelligent ways. I'd like to shout out a few of them, some of the brilliant black women and people who are speaking out against it. There's some jokes that have been dropped about it, which are cool, but this brilliant woman, Lara Witt, has said a few great things. The idea frames sex as something that hetero women are subjected to rather than enthusiastic participants in. Yes, because, as I said, men don't go on sex strikes to protest things that they don't like in the world. If anybody's ever heard of a man going on a sex strike, please let me know, because it's a false equivalency to think that we can actually make political. I know old stories in history and Greek and Roman times, Lysistrata, and I'm aware of that stuff. That's dope. But in this day and age, for abortion rights, a sex strike is not the answer. For women and men, and like making men not want to go to war, and for women protesting men who are too violent, that's a totally different thing. A whole bunch of men want to go to war to another country, and the women are like, yo, when you come back, we're not fucking you, so you better not leave. That would stop a lot of soldiers from going. That makes a lot of sense, and a sex strike is a logical political strategy in that situation. But fighting abortion legislation, how does that make any sense? It just doesn't. And there's a few other super jewels that are being dropped that I'd like to illuminate. Lara also says sex strikes don't stop sexual assaults from being perpetrated. And I have to reiterate my earlier point because it's really important. A sex strike gives the impression that women's primary functions is as bodies for cishet men to have sex with. For real. Like, as if women can't fight this politically, intellectually, socially, with other means of resistance. Why would they have to immediately stop having sex because the abortion bill is passed? I mean, of course, it has to do with sex, so we address these issues and women's rights, of course. But to reduce women's power, Alyssa Milano essentially is saying women's greatest power is in her ability to close her legs and stop a man from wanting or allowing a man to have access to her. What about all the women and all the men who aren't into women and they still support the abortion bill? What would a sex strike do for that situation then? And Choraya Carruthers also has a dope joke she threw in here. Maybe this is just a strategy to make more women queer. She actually wrote Birdman hand rub. Wow. She also wrote, this is jokes. What if I don't have sex with cisgender men? Does that make me a scab? I'm confused. Yeah, like if women have sex with women during the sex strike, does that work? Is that still striking? I don't know. This is Francesca brilliant woman has said, as a sexual assault survivor, the whole idea of a sex strike is moot. Some people may already be on sex strikes. So, yeah. This is just a strange issue, and it needs to be resisted and fought against and denied and taken out of law. But, you know, yeah, they just really can't do this. This is illogical. So, yeah. Let's just stop this madness. And, yeah. Alyssa Milano, let's fight back another way. All right, everyone? Let's strike some other way. All right, peace. Political resistance can be done in other means and other fashions. Yeah, that's enough. Bye. Peace.